What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be doing something pretty similar to the previous video. 2 videos ago, I set up my car for an SUV camper setup, and then the previous video, I actually took it out and went camping, spent my first night in the car, and it was great. It worked out really well. Like, it honestly went better than I expected. However, there were a few things that weren't the best that I could definitely improve on. And today I'm going to be doing an upgraded SUV camper build video for you guys. I have made one big change already, and I'm going to the store right now to pick up a few things that will make this camper build 10 times better, and it's going to open up a lot of avenues that I can take these next couple of videos. As I said, I have done some major changes to the SUV camper setup, and today I'm going to be showing you guys those. When I camped out the last time, I had a good time and everything went well, but I did find a few major things that I struggled with that setup. First one was my bed was laying on the same level as everything else, and so everything kind of just meshed in between. There was no divided section. I was sleeping on the same floor that the heater was on, and I was also right next to my storage container, so sometimes I would just roll over into it, and it almost just felt like I was just kind of laying all over the back of the seat, and I didn't have a dedicated bed area. So I fixed that, and then the second thing was I got something that is going to allow me to expand my cooking potentials instead of just cooking on campfires, which are really it's hard to judge the heat, and it's also just kind of unreliable too. Like, say if it's raining or something and everything's wet, you're gonna have a hard time with a campfire meal. Got something to fix that problem. I'm gonna be able to do a lot more out of my car, and it's just gonna expand and open up a lot more options when I'm out camping. As you can see, the first major thing I did was I solved the bed problem. I actually went to my grandparents, and me and my grandpa came up with this design. It is the simplest way that you can make a comfortable flat bed out of your SUV. All we did to create this was we found the difference in height from the front of the SUV to the rear, and then we just made this support piece that length so that when we added this whole thing would lay flat. Then the only other thing we did was we added a support piece in the middle so that this doesn't flex when I'm trying to sleep. If you're enjoying the content so far and you find these videos helpful, entertaining, or useful, so whatever it is you guys want to do, I would like to invite you guys to leave a like on the video and also subscribe. It really helps me out and just tells me what kind of content you guys are enjoying watching from me, so I would appreciate that. This design also allows for space underneath for storage. So right now I'm just keeping some water under there and some zip ties and miscellaneous pieces of equipment, but there is actually quite a bit of usable space under here. I mean, I've got about 6 inches right here, and it goes all the way to the sidewall. So 6 inches and then probably about 2 feet wide of usable space. So once I have my bed sheets in there, it looks something like this. So you can see I've got a completely flat bed, and then the floor kind of slants downward, and it allows to have this enormous amount of space underneath, which is very convenient for storage. Also, now I have a completely separate bed area from floor space. So I have my heater over here on the side, and it is separated from the bed, and I won't be rolling around next to the heater or rolling into the storage compartment or anything of that matter. So I have a separate bed area, flat, usable space. Now, the other major upgrade I got for this camper setup is a propane stove. Now, this thing is going to come in very, very clutch when I am trying to cook some meals and say it's wet and rainy and I can't make a campfire, or if I'm trying to do an urban camping mission. Now I have a propane stove to help me with cooking, and it makes it so I can camp almost nearly anywhere. I don't need to be somewhere with a campfire or a place to have necessarily a fire. I can literally camp wherever I want, whenever I want, and I have a means of producing heat to cook over. Just like I was mentioning, this new storage space I have, this Coleman stove, propane stove, fits perfectly underneath there. I can shove that all the way back in there and still have tons of room left over right here. Now at Kroger, I only got 2 things, not very exciting, but they are 2 things that I very, very much so need for cooking. One is a little pot, so this is just a stainless steel pot. I can cook various types of dishes over the propane stove with this, or even over the fire, but I'm gonna mostly use this for the propane stove. I wanna cook different types of like soups and meats and stuff out of this pot. This is gonna be super handy for that. I also just got a little metal turner so I can whip up some food inside the pot with this. Not the most exciting, but I did just want to give you guys this update video as to what I've been doing with my camper setup and what it's looking like. I know this wasn't the most entertaining video, but I have been very, very busy with school and I wanted to get a video out. School's just been tough. I've got 3 tests all back to back, so it's just been a lot, but I have been working on the SUV camper setup behind the scenes. Just haven't had the most time to be making videos, but believe me, I do want to, and it isn't on my mind, and there are more videos coming. I am very excited and eager to try out this new upgraded camper setup out on another camp. Thinking about doing that this weekend. Stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.